Well, hey guys, I'm back. There's Big Battlbox. This is it. This is the one. This is the Mission 100. This is one we've been waiting for. Several years in the making. I'm not doing the math. You divide 100 by 12. You figure how many years. This is an emotional moment for all of us. We've been waiting a long time. No, let's see. Before I do this, listen guys, before we all together do this, I think we need to take a moment. Yeah, the side tape is popped on this side. The bottom tape is still good. Okay, anyway. I think we need to stop for a second. I'm going to do this. I'm going to open this. I promise. I have a knife and everything. I promise I'm going to open this box. But I think we need to stop and consider how much hype a lot of us, me included, I'm a guilty party, how much hype we've put on this because it is box 100. And understand and take accountability that there is absolutely no way, not at all, that this box can possibly live up to the hype that we have all built up for it. Unless there are Fabergé eggs, golden bald eagle feathers, and, you know, like the cure for cancer, which I personally would really appreciate in this box. That would be awesome. But there's no way that this box is going to live up to the hype that people have put on it. It's just not. So let's everybody just calm the fuck down for a second. Doesn't mean we're gonna forgive a crappy box if it's crappy, but it's not gonna be the super awesome mega box that we'd all want it to. It's not. It's a box. It's a box. Now, this is box 100. The possibility that there's a golden ticket in here. And the golden ticket is to get to go somewhere and drive a tank and shoot a tank gun, which for me is like unpaid work. Yeah, I guess for other people that have never had to do that, that's fun. Believe me, guys, it is not fun being in an armored vehicle. It is not. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a dick. Especially, they keep showing a Russian, a T-72 as like the tank. It is, listen, the Soviet army had rules. You couldn't be over, what, 5'5" or 5'6" to be in Soviet armor. You had to be, because they make their tanks that fucking small. You had to be below like 5'6" and under to be in Russian armor. It's not a fun experience. I don't know. If you've never been, like, the back of a Bradley was not fun, and that's way bigger. It is neither here nor there. There are 5 golden tickets for people, and if they learn in an afternoon how to master the fire control system of a tank and hit the target, which they can win up to $100,000. And there's also the chance that there's like extra stuff in the box. 500 boxes have extra stuff. Again, realistically, the stats that I heard was there's almost 12,000 boxes going out this month. So the chances of us getting getting extra stuff in this box is, anyway. So that's what's going on with Mission 100. So let's just get into the goddamn box. I'm gonna shut up. Make sure I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this until you make sure you are subscribed and have all your notifications on. No, there are assholes who do that kind of stuff in their box. I'm just gonna say, guys, be subscribed, have notifications on. Is this really fully popped? This is really fully popped. Have notifications on. And, make a comment, drop a like, or a dislike, or whatever. We're ready to see what we got for Mission 100. I'm hopeful. I want good things. So, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. Let's get it all out of the box. take a look. Now this also, by the way, I've told Steve, listen, after many boxes of contributions, Steve has done a lot for this channel. A lot of people have, but Steve really has. So here's the thing. I told him, dude, thank you. Stop sending the box. This is very important. If you guys want me to continue with Battlebox after this point, after mission 100, you let me know and I'll pick up my subscription again. So you guys gotta let me know. Do you want me to continue doing Battlebox? I will say yes or comment yes or whatever if you want me to pick up the subscription and myself again and keep doing Battlebox unboxings. So let's see, what do we got? I gotta make sure I'm doing this on camera. 20% off gear at subtlepatriot.com. I have no idea what that is. Are those golf bags? Okay. Well, I like that every purchase helps a veteran first responder. Never played golf in my life, never will. I'm sure maybe they have more than that. Let's see, what's this? Battlbox power card. Well, there's a 30% off code. I'm sure we'll figure out what that is when we get there. Congrats on your 100th mission. There is a Battlbox in this box. Sounds like something Batman would have, his Battlbox. An Outdoor Element. Outdoor Element makes some cool stuff and they make some cheesy stuff. I like some of their stuff. I don't like others of their stuff, but there's a 30% off code. All right. And then we can get to the stuff in the box. What the hell's a Battlbox? And we've got a Foozy. We got a couple more cards. There's a lot of cards. Greetings from Space. Foozy, 30% off on all orders over, what, $75? Okay. And then Bone Dry Rust Prevention. There's a lot of discounts on stuff. That's cool. So let's see, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're kidding. So, mission 100 and we're missing an item. We're missing. Guess what? Our box there is not a Battlbox in this box. It does not have a Battlbox. Is it? It was hidden. You know where it was hidden? Want to know where it was hidden? It was hidden under this flap. It was literally under the flap. Like, they had to have done that on purpose. Under this flap. I don't know how that happens. Like, you have to have done that. All right, so we have a Battlbox. We do have a Battlbox, whatever the fuck a Battlbox is. Well, all right, we'll figure that out. Okay, I'm just glad we got everything. So, in the basic box, as you know, or may not know, there are 4 levels to Battlebox. You've got your basic, your advanced, your pro, and your pro plus. This is I don't know what that is. And everything builds off of the one before it. So if you get the Pro Plus, you get everything else. You know what I mean? If you get the Advanced, you get the Basic and the Advanced. So we're gonna start with the basic box. Borov Broth Variety Pack. And all I can think with Borvo. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. You know, I thought Borov because I'm a Fallout player, and in Fallout 4, there's the Borov brothers, Borov's Best Moonshine. That's why I saw Borov. So, Broth Variety Pack. So, what is it? It's broth. Get your taste buds ready. 8 ounces of hot water. But not while you're actively boiling or it will overflow. Okay. So we've got instant sipping bone broth, 3 beef and vegetable, 3 classic chicken. All right. What do these things have to offer us? That's actually a lot of protein for a broth. That's, I mean, there's that. I guess it's not bad. Kind of want to try one. Compostable packaging. There's a buy 3, get 1 free. So this would be something I kind of want to try. I have trouble with my appetite. That's neither here nor there, but maybe I'll try a beef and vegetable as we're doing this. Got some hot water going. Because I'm allowed to try stuff. It's kind of creamy looking. Huh. It's hot. I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to give it a minute to chill a little bit as we go on. So we'll come back. Now, I love the fact that, I don't know, it's got a lot of protein in it, which is cool. Not a lot of calories, which I'm not expecting it to. Is that an ATR? Damn. So not a lot of calories, which I'm hoping I didn't just bump the camera. Not a lot of calories, which I'm not expecting it to. But I get refuel, rebuild, recover in the backcountry, so not something to sustain you as you're on your hike, on your mission, but rebuild your muscles a little bit in the down, which is I didn't expect. I still don't know how I feel about it as an item, but I'm gonna have to look and see what people are saying about it in the couple of the groups that I'm in. Advantages to this is you can, and I'm not, again, how we feel about it as an item itself, whatever, but looking at the item itself, pros and cons, you could take these little things out and put them anywhere. I don't know if I count this as a food. You know how I feel about getting food, like I'd rather pick my own, but I have discovered some good foods in some of these, but I don't know. And again, no values, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'll see how it tastes because there are some times when you're out in the field and you don't care how nasty something tastes, you just want it. You just need it in you at the time. There's sometimes where taste does matter. You just don't want to sit down to something disgusting. So we'll see. Let's move on though, as that cools for a minute, to the Boozy XP3 large thermal capsule, which definitely probably sounds fancier than it needs to. What is this? Cold protection, heat protection, antimicrobial, battery life, maximum device protection. I gotta take a second. Okay, we're back. All right, so if I'm getting this right, I'm not gonna make the same Saturday Night Live joke. Bet you put your weed in there. But I just did. So you put your phone, your device in here, and it keeps it. It's hot in there already. It's sitting in the sun. I've had, especially down at Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, a lot of, I don't want to say special, I'm not trying to make it sound, a lot of good training goes on at Nellis and the Nellis Range Complex. If you accidentally forget and you leave it's very cold in the winter. It's the desert, so it's very cold in the winter, very hot in the summer. And if you leave something sitting in the car, so you have to drive to different, on the base, you have to drive different buildings for different briefings, and everything there is a no electronic device zone. So you can't even bring it in the building. Some have little lockers that you can lock stuff up in the lobby, but the best rule of thumb is once you're there for, once you get your first weekend, you realize you just don't even bring the stuff in. So I have had stuff overheat on me, and then it's you can't even turn it on for a while. You're just sitting in the car. So this supposedly protects you from that. It's like a thermal insulator for your stuff. I don't know how it works, but I understand the idea, and I get that could be a thing. Now, this is not waterproof. It's floats in water and is water resistant, but as you can see, it is not waterproof. Water resistant, waterproof, two different things. It'll give you a minute. If it goes overboard, it'll give you a minute to grab it before the thing gets drenched. But this is not a dry bag. This is not going to give you a guarantee of keeping it dry, but help it float for a second before disaster strikes. I could see the value in this. This is not something I knew existed. So I'm always talking about what are the different values in subscription boxes, and one of them is discovering things you might not otherwise, find on your own. I don't know if I would ever wander into something like this on my own. I might if I was deployed to a desert environment again, but the chances of that happening now are none. So this is, I think the concept is good. I wonder what they're costing, what they're charging price wise. Oh, and apparently it's 4 different colors, 4 different patterns, color patterns. Blue would have been nice. I don't know, but the high vis is nice if it's going to go over a boat. Holds the whole phone in the OtterBox and everything, so that's cool. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but you know what? The thing is, it's not a fluff piece. It's not just stupid, no point fluff. This really could have a use, which is important to me. Let's see. I guess sitting in the sun like this, it's not going to get cool very fast. It tastes like drinking the soup out of ramen with no ramen, but it's not bad. I mean, it's bone broth. It's not going to be like a full soup. But on a cold day somewhere, like fall, winter, I could see this being, I mean, not delicious, but not bad. For just something quick. Again, how much is the vegetable, the one? Yeah, 11 grams of quick protein. And we don't think of hot drinks as hydration, but you know what? You're still getting 8 ounces of water out of it. There's clearly a lot of sodium in it too. Like, what's the sodium? I tasted sodium. 24% of your daily sodium. So that's gonna. The whole thing about sodium when we talk about hydration is that water follows sodium through your system, and when your kidneys filter out sodium, it takes water with it, which is why sodium is bad for hydration, which is why when you drink a soda with a high sodium content, you end up thirstier later afterwards, because the water content follows the sodium out of your system. So yeah, but then again, sodium is one of the electrolytes that's needed. I'm not going to get into the whole body process, talking about sodium and potassium and all that other stuff. But there are medical conditions, hyper and hyponatremia, which is dealing with your sodium level. Anyway, I could deal with it. The taste is not bad. It just, honestly, seriously, it has the taste strength to me of the, anybody that's familiar with making ramen on the stove, of the juice, the sauce, the water, the ramen broth, And if you've ever gotten to the bottom of the bowl of ramen and you've just drank up that, it's as pleasant or unpleasant, depending on your taste, as that. But obviously with much more protein content. So, yeah. Word to the wise: don't let it just sit in the cup. Keep it swirling around so it stays mixed. Because I ended up with a little bit of sludge at the bottom. I could mix that with some more water, I guess, and drink it. But I just keep it swirly. Because remember, I mixed it and then let it sat for a while. Let it just sit there. Anyway, so we are 2 items down. I don't know if I put them in meh. I like this for past experiences. I don't know how much I'd use it now. I like the concept. a lot because I understand that it's useful. I need to organize. And this, again, I understand the concept. I don't know how often I'd use it. So they go in a weird area between like it and math. Now we're up to that Battlbox thing. So what is a Battlbox? It's not used by Batman on his utility belt, obviously. It's a charging card. 8-year shelf life. All right, so I can take it out. We got these. Do you guys remember that terrible box? The, not Crate Club. Was it Crate Club? No. It was something else. And it was, they sent it to me for free. And then, at first I was like, yeah, this is okay. And then I was like, this is terrible. Never waste your money on this thing. And they kept sending us these little cards. These little phone charger cards. This looks like a nicer version of that phone charger card that they kept sending us. Clean the surface of the area where you wish to... Oh, you can mount this somewhere? Now, is this reloadable, non-reloadable? Input, none, yeah. So you can't recharge this. Oh, great. Contains lithium. Keep away from heat sources, direct sunlight. Okay, so I got to get it out of here. I don't mess with lithium batteries. They will do things. But 3 hours of power up to an 8-year shelf life. Compatible with Apple or Android. Oh, hope not. And I guess, is this a... I've never owned an Apple anything because I don't want to contribute to Skynet. Now this, if it works better than the other thing that came in that other club, that other box, and I will have already put that box name in. I've got a whole playlist of it. It ended up being terrible. If it works better than that one, then this is good. Because this thing, if you're lost somewhere, this could be a game changer and a lifesaver. Because it could keep your phone or whatever device you have, GPS, whatever else, alive long enough for you to be found, for you to find your own way out of stuff, or even just traveling around. The other ones were crappy, but if this is better, let's hope it's better, then this could this could literally get you like the difference between died in the woods and found your way out or got rescued. So this has lots of different utility is what I'm saying. And if you've ever just been driving around or in the city and your phone died and now you're like, fuck, I like these. In theory, again, I don't know how well this one operates, but an 8-year shelf life is cool because that's the other thing. You buy something like this and then it just dies on the shelf. So I'm going to, because it's a lithium battery though, and they did warn us, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in some shade, but that's cool. I could totally see that as a multi-use, good thing in multiple situations. Next is squash rope. This stuff is very good. I've used it. I've tested it before. This stuff burns. This stuff burns not like soaking wet, like you can't immerse it in water overnight and then light it, but like if it falls in water, if it's raining, this stuff definitely does work. It's a great fire starter. And it weighs very little. Not nothing, but very little. I might compare this maybe to something else later. Probably not. But no, this is definitely a good item. Absolutely. You've got it's got like 4, it's like a braided rope. It's got 3 or 4 individual ropes braided together. And then it's standard anything like that. You cut what you need and fluff it up in your hand and sparks or matches or whatever. So, all right, not going to beat this to death. That's a very good, that is a Battlbox item. Classic. Love it. Okay, so that's everything in the basic box. 4 items. Listen, again, not trying to hold the box some crazy, unrealistic standard. They're decent items. Or not bad items. Let's go to the advanced box. Ruckin River trekking poles. I haven't gotten trekking. Where is the last time I got trekking poles? Somewhere, someplace, somehow, we got some trekking poles. And trekking poles, I'm sure there's a lot of people that know this. Trekking poles are not just for trekking. These are walking sticks. These are tent poles. These are self-defense tools. They are lots of things. There's a little dog out there. So I like that they have the clips, because I've seen ones that don't come with these clips at all. Cork handle. Cork is lightweight and antibacterial, which is cool. This feels aluminum. I could be wrong, and if I am, I will put it in text. Oh, look at that. They have markings. Oh, that's the end. Stop! So, we'll leave that at the 54-inch line. Well, this has more. This is also the 54-inch line. So if you're wondering how big, how big, it feels solid. Or maybe they're carbon fiber? This is aluminum. I don't know. Let me read. It feels very aluminum to me. You've got your, and this is pretty good standard for all truck poles. So you've got your, this is your little biteable end. So like if you need to bite into like a frozen surface or whatever, this will get you a little traction there. This is a basic walking stick surface, you know what I mean? Grass and gravelly stuff. For me anyway, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. I don't use them all that often. But then when you need like snow or more of a weight distribution, you can screw this on to the end as well. So you've got like your little, you've got the, I can't think about what I'm saying, guys. Sorry. So easy to lose my train of thought these days. It's a good thing I don't have access to 2,000-pound bombs anymore. You know, so you can use them as kind of like snow trekking poles and stuff like that. But that's just the basic. I mean, you can use these for a number of things. With a little modification, I'm saying in a survival situation, this can become a spear. This can become an antenna, if these are aluminum. This can become part of an antenna to increase radio boost if you know how to do it. Like I said, this can become a tent pole or part of a shelter. This can become self-defense. Not spear-like, but I mean, if you know how to swing it and use it, this can become a baton. So these are pretty useful to have. The handle's very comfortable. Then definitely bites into just plain old regular dirt too. Let me put the squish on it. Yeah. Oh, this might want to tighten that up. You can tighten these, but this just kind of with a little bit of pressure just sort of collapsed on me. So that can be adjusted, I'm sure. Yeah, I can feel that can be adjusted to hold a little bit more tension there. I don't know what the MSRP and the going rate for these are. I know I've seen an REI trekking poles go for thousands of dollars, which I think is ridiculous. But these seem decent. The weight's not bad. Yeah. And I like that they have the clips. Oh, you have even more feet with them too. More feet options for all sorts of terrain. But no, what I really love is that these clips, because I've had ones before that I hardly ever use, but they didn't have these nice clips to keep them together for when you put them in the closet or whatever. So that's cool. Not bad. Not bad. So that's the advanced one item trekking poles. And again, don't know the values. In the Pro box, we have the Climate Versa blanket. I like Climate stuff. I think this might be one of the few times I've seen something by Climate that's not inflatable. Or maybe it is inflatable. I haven't taken it out yet. Maybe it's an inflatable blanket by Climate. Who knows? Let's see. It's light. It has a foot box. Here's the size. I'm gonna make sure I get that for you. 80 by 58. That's not bad. Oh, it's a nice thin blanket. It's a summertime camper blanket. I hate sleeping and not being under something, even if it's just a sheet. See, I'm automatically thinking, what else can this be? This can be a I am lost, I need rescue, notice me and come find me panel out in the woods or something, out on a mountaintop. It's got little pockets in the corners and little snaps. You can use little snaps with these little loops. I'm already thinking about using this as a high visibility shelter, like in an emergency, or a not quite as high visibility shelter in an emergency, but still. I mean, it's lightweight. I don't know if it's waterproof, but, and the foot box, that would be so nice to put my feet in. I would love to have a little place just to tuck my feet in when I'm laying down. It's really lightweight. I don't know how insulating it is, but obviously this is not a winter blanket. This is a summertime warm weather thing, but I like it. It feels good. It feels nice. I know climate stuff's not cheap, like in general. You could take your trekking poles, put it in these little, I don't know if this was intended. Maybe this was totally intentional. Take your trekking poles, put it inside these corners, and now you've got a little lean-to to sleep in under. Just at the right time, somebody came out to see what I was doing. How does it feel?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah, amazing.
Is it comfy?
Yeah.
Is it too hot or anything?
No, it actually feels kind of like perfect. Like the inside layers. Like it feels like cold because of like kind of like the texture, but also warm.
Cool blanket, huh?
Yeah.
It has a foot pocket. You like tuck your feet. I don't know where it is in relation to where you are. It has like a foot pocket somewhere. You tuck your feet in.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know where it is, but it has one. So what do you think? Would you say that blanket is like it or don't like it or meh?
Like it.
You like that blanket?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now hang out here with me. I have one more item to do in this box.
Yeah, I can have to be the tester.
Okay. Did you come out here to avoid cleaning up the living room with the other boys?
No. I was just coming to see how you're doing.
Oh.
I guess I'm part of the video now.
Okay. Okay. My assistant went in. One more item with this is the Pro Plus. We've got something by M3 Tactical. Not the first thing we've seen by M3 Tactical. And it is the M100, the Kern 1776 Custom. We'll find out what makes this the Kern 1776 Custom. But M3 Tactical has made some solid stuff. Really solid blades. So not the first M3 to come with no clip. So I don't know. And I had commented once, no clip, and they had responded. They said that, what did they say? They just said that there's a number of aftermarket clips available and a customer can choose any one that they want, something to that effect. So, ooh, it's slimy and I brought nothing out here. Nothing out here to unslime it. Hang one. Now, I took a minute to clean the blade off and also look it up online real quick. So, number one, they call it the custom. I don't know if that's just a marketing word. They're just openly selling this on their website. So to me, that means production, not custom. Custom means something with knives. like I said, maybe it's, you know what? I don't know. I don't know exactly what they mean when they say custom. But it's not a custom knife. It is not a custom knife because a custom knife is specifically made one-off. And when you are running them production style, like I said, there's almost 12,000 boxes, Mission 100 boxes that went out. I don't know how many are Pro Plus, but there's at least one for every Pro Plus box, and they're just selling them on their website right now. So it's not a custom knife. Now, it might be a design made, you know, with Battlbox to go in Mission 100, but it's not like a limited run or anything either, because they're just selling them on their website. They're not numbered or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying that has any negative effect on the quality of this knife. Not at all. This knife feels solid. It's 1095 carbon steel, which is the like tried and true standard of an outdoors knife. My favorite fixed blade in the world, the Ontario 499, is a 1095 carbon steel. There are fancier steels. There are some that have better quality here and there, but I think that as an overall, you know, just kind of balance of everything, 1095 is one of the solid, dependable outdoor steels, you know, you can get. It's a great fixed blade steel, so I have no complaints there. G10 is really nicely done. They've got some cutouts here, some notches. I guess for some people's fingers they fit really nicely. My thumb fits really nicely there, I guess. It's probably for the vast majority of people, it's going to feel very comfortable there. It's a nice little addition. You don't see that often. And I can't feel a single hot spot on this knife. Not at all. And of course, I never met a sexy grind line I didn't want to run off to Vegas with and marry immediately. So overall, the knife is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Like I said, I'm taking on just like, what exactly does the custom in it mean? Not a custom knife. It is 100% made in the USA. You can't beat that. Balance on this knife feels great. Some jimping I think would be nice, but you know, can't have everything. Even without the jimping, it holds your hand really, really well. Blade shape, have no problem. And again, this is right now when I'm at this, like when I'm looking at a knife at this point, I'm looking for things that I maybe don't like, would do better, would do differently, and I'm not finding. I mean, I'm not finding any. I like to get the negatives out first so we can just talk about the positives of the knife, and I don't have negatives on this knife. I just don't. This thing feels solid. I think blade stock is a great width for, I mean, not too heavy, but solid blade strength. I can't really complain about this knife. Not a whole lot of billboarding on it. I could just stare at it, reflect those grind lines in my eyes for hours. That felt so good. Like, the whole knife is sharp. There's a sweet spot that I just hit right there where it's like, yeah, like nothing. Like nothing. Let's see, up there. Even right at the tip. Little tiny curly cues. Beautiful job. And I'm sure we're gonna have no problem. M3 knows how to make a knife. They really do. I in fact was like, oh, I'm about to screw this up, but the blade fixed my hand positioning for me. Look how clean that is. No effort at all. None. I can't pew with it down here, but I'm sure, I have no doubt, like with that nice swooping belly, that big curved belly, we'd pew all day. I feel like this is a great knife. Bevels look perfect. I mean, perfectly even. M3 makes a knife. Now, I was reading that the reason it doesn't have a clip is because Curran doesn't like a clip. Well, that's good. Did you think anybody else might like a clip? Possibly. But I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Because here's why. This is not the only M3 knife to not have a clip. Just throwing that out there. But the logic is solid that you can find a clip. I still think, fine, he doesn't like a clip, but there are a lot of people that do. They could have given us something. Just something. I'm just saying, especially when you consider that this knife is listed for $189.95 or 99 cents. For almost $200, you could give us a clip. Something. Anything. And that's my big thing. This is a phenomenal quality knife for the materials and all in here. Yeah, made in the USA, but I think almost $200 is asking a little bit much for this. Now, that's just my opinion. And that's, considering all the other knives I have in my collection, the ones I've seen, and knives that I have made for people. Now, of course, I don't, the ones I've done have been by hand. I recognize that there is a huge expense in CAD design. I just commented this on somewhere, before. CAD design and the time it takes to ramp up a production line and everything. I get it, that costs more. There's nowhere else you can get it besides Battlbox and M3, so there's no comparative shopping. You can't figure that out anywhere else. Worth buying? Yeah. It's like I said, at that price, I probably wouldn't personally spend the money. So you can mount any clip, almost any clip you want. You can put a tech lock on here, aftermarket clip. My thought is any knife should come out of the box ready to go, ready to use. That also includes being able to carry it, put it on a belt, put it on your gear, whatever. Yeah, you could just 550 tie it to something, but I don't know. So that's my thing. I think that for the money they're asking, yeah, one guy doesn't like a clip, but a lot of other people do, and they should provide you something, just anything. But the knife itself, it's the kind of knife itself you want to just take out in the woods and just find excuses to cut things. It just feels that good in your hand. It's awesome. So, beautiful knife of the month. Really is. Some people might want to talk about, it's just $10.95, instead of some of the fancier steels, but $10.95. The thing about $10.95 is it has been performing. Other fancier steels have come out. $10.95 still does the job of a lot of those fancier steels. Might not have some of the fanciest qualities, but raise your hand if you've had $10.95 just fail on you somewhere. If you did, I'm willing to bet it probably failed in the heat treat somewhere. It wasn't the steel itself. Anyway, okay, I'm done. So overall, Mission 100, we might have been, like I said, people that are really disappointed probably set themselves up for some really unrealistic expectations on this one. And I had to remind myself, listen, there's no way that this box is going to meet my hype expectations. It's Mission 100, yeah, but it's just a box. So I want you guys to evaluate it not as Mission 100, but just as a Pro Plus box and the stuff that came in it. If you still could say, if you still want to say, hey, no, it's Mission 100, I think it should have been better or more special, feel free. It's your opinion. Your opinion is all that matters when you are evaluating a box. And you can base that opinion on anything you want. Okay? Maybe they're sucker punching us. Maybe Mission 101, they're going to be like, hi, you guys all thought the best stuff is in 100. Maybe 101 is going to be super terrific. I don't know. But guys, tell me, again, you want me to keep doing Battlbox on the channel? Do you want to keep seeing it? Or should I just be like, look, we did 100 missions of this one box on the channel. It's the longest running single subscription nonstop that I've ever done. Should I just let it go at this point? Or do you want me to keep doing it? And all the fun stuff that goes with it. Comment, tell me if you want me to keep going. Anyway, guys, tell me your thoughts on all the different things, on what we saw, on how I kind of evaluated on everything. Do you agree, disagree? And remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.